Let's talk about this report yesterday from Rappaport. This was before the game. Rappaport goes on television and had a really dramatic report. I want to read it again because he came out firing. He said, 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan opened the door this week for Jimmy Garoppolo potentially coming back in 2022. This is Rappaport. Allow me to shut that door. Absent a Super Bowl run, which at this point still is theoretically possible, this is the 49ers plan next season. Start Trey Lance, trade Jimmy Garoppolo. Not a surprise there. They've been pretty upfront about that. What Garoppolo is doing now is increasing the value of picks the Niners get in a trade involving him and making it more likely that a place he wants to go would want to take him. Now, Rappaport didn't say that he had a source. He didn't say that he talked to a source in the organization. He's very careful. He's an excellent journalist, which is why he's the number one guy at NFL Network and has been so for a long time. He knows what he's doing here. He didn't say he had a source, but he also dropped the news and phrased it in such a way that led you to believe that he spoke to someone this week, that he checked. Oh, Kyle Shanahan said something that was vague and made it seem like the Niners may be changing their plan at quarterback. I was under the impression, this is what Ian could be saying here. Everyone said the plan is start Jimmy in 2021, trade him, start Lance in 2022. But it's looking like Jimmy might be playing his way back onto this team. People are talking about it in the Bay Area. Kyle Shanahan asked a question about it. And so he goes on television day of the game and says, look, there's a lot of, Kyle Shanahan may have left the door open. Basically, there's some chatter about this. Allow me to shut this down. Like, I've checked. The plan is the same. I mean, it would be so irresponsible. It would be the worst. It wouldn't be journalism for him to go on and be like, look, they told me something in May, and I'm too lazy to check back and say, is the plan the same? I'm just going off May information here. Even though Kyle Shanahan was vague as hell and left the door open by your admission, they told me something in May, and definitely nothing has changed since then. He has Jed York and Parag Maras's number on speed dial. Speed dial doesn't exist anymore, but you know what I'm saying. They've been texting each other for years. I'm thinking Ian Rappaport has been the Niners' go-to guy for leaks since 2011? Who's calling me? I don't know you. Maybe it's the leak. Maybe it's, no, I don't know. So Ian Rappaport really comes out pretty strong, make it seem like, look, the plan hasn't changed, and I know for a fact. I checked. He didn't say I checked, but he made it seem like it, right? I mean, who comes out day of the game, be like, hey, I got information from May that I need to remind everyone? No. You check. You have their numbers. You're a journalist. You clearly, I'm guessing, someone called him or he texted someone and was like, hey, has the plan changed? And they're like, nope, but you didn't hear it from me. And he's like, cool, thanks. That's background. That's how it works in the business, called background. I don't know who it was. I'm not saying it was Jed. Could have been Lynch. I don't think it was Kyle. I think it's interesting. It seems to me that Kyle is never particularly interested in Trey Lance. I'm still thinking that's the case, and that he probably signed off on some deal with Jed and Lynch. It's like, okay, yeah, we'll keep Jimmy for 1 year, and then we'll give Trey a chance next year. But plans change. Jimmy's winning. Jimmy's winning. Maybe Kyle changed his mind. Maybe there's some pressure in the organization. Like, hey, you better stick to the plan, Kyle. All I know is after that loss to Arizona, Jed's dad showed up. That was weird. To watch Trey. Like, hey, we just lost to Colt McCoy with Jimmy Garoppolo. What's the plan here? And then all of a sudden, when all week last week, I talked about the fact that Jimmy could come back. Eric Branch asked the question to Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan gave a really confusing, vague answer. And now there's a report. All I know is the Niners, particularly this front office, has been very reactive to fan sentiment and pressure for years. They listen to this stuff. They're sensitive to it. I think they wanted to. I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to address this day of the game, week of, and then as I made a big deal of it, I asked about it in the post game. Probably weren't expecting that. I made a big deal of it. I pointed out that really I'm not the bad guy here. It's whoever leaked this at this time. So unnecessary and unfair to Jimmy that they're like, this is a bad look. And then apparently Ian went on KNBR, the Niners flagship today, and he was like, I just walked it back a little bit. I was just, I was piecing to get whatever, man. Either you were totally irresponsible on television yesterday, or, you once again, the Niners feel a little sensitive about the public perception of what they're doing right now. So I don't know. I just feel like Ian Rappaport is the most connected person to the Niners by far. There's no one. It's not Schefter. It's Ian. Who's the person that reported that Jim Harbaugh lost the locker room before week 1 in 2014? Ian Rappaport. Every time there's a leak, it's Ian. No one else. Anyway, I wonder if it means that I don't know what it means, but I still don't believe it. I don't believe. I feel like Kyle Shanahan has a say in this, and he's holding his cards close to the vest. If he's as disinterested in Trey Lance as I think he is, story isn't over. Story isn't over. Kyle's been down before. He was down. He was 3-5 this year. Now he's 6-4. Don't bet against Kyle.